What's up, Tiger Gang? This is JT from the Poco Moonshine family. We're back again with another episode of Chatting with Carnivores. Today we got Karen, the carnivorous nurse. What's up, Karen?
Hi. Hey, GT. Hey, everyone.
How you doing tonight?
I'm great. Just waiting for some more snow.
Yeah, do you like snow?
Yeah, I do. I
Yeah.
do. I'm in Connecticut, and we haven't gotten much this year at all. Just a couple days ago, about 8 inches, which was great. I
I
have
like it.
I have a 150-acre farm across the street. They actually raise cattle. People, buy the baby, and they raise them and for slaughter for people. But I don't want to do it because I can see the cows over there, and I don't
Oh,
want to be friendly with them.
I see. Yeah, don't name your food, that's for
Yeah,
sure.
absolutely.
But that's a great way to save money on the carnivore diet. You buy a whole cow and you can get any cut of meat for the same price, the whole thing. So
Absolutely. I
it's
have a big
amazing.
freezer out in my garage. I would like to do it, but not across the street.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Yeah, so I like snow too. I just like it more around Christmas, and we're
Yeah.
after Christmas, so I'm like, that's enough. I'm ready for spring.
I swear to God, our every Christmas is like 60, 70 degrees.
Yeah,
What happened to it? I don't know.
I know. We always get skunked for snow on Christmas here
Me
in
too.
Wisconsin now,
See?
but it come January, February, and March, we get snow. It makes no sense. But
Right.
Christmas is always there's no white Christmas like Bing
Right.
Crosby. I wish there was.
I think winter starts too soon.
It does. It does. So, can you share with us what inspired you to start a strict carnivore diet, and how long have you been doing it?
So I am 230 days today.
Really, I gotta check mine if you don't mind. I got a
I
little
think
app
we're
here.
right around each other.
I was gonna say that sounds. What date did you start?
July 1st. I think I
July.
got my days right.
Okay,
July
I'm on 239.
1st. So we're 9 days apart. And we
Wow.
both feel great, right?
Yeah, I feel amazing. I
Yeah.
absolutely love the carnivore diet. As you could
Yeah.
tell, I'm obsessed with it. So,
Yeah.
so how did you? How did
So
you start it?
so over the years I just never felt like I had my diet that I really enjoyed. I did the vegan. I did the vegetarian. Years ago, back in the 80s, when I actually have the book, Dr. Atkins' Diet Revolution,
Let's go.
um, my aunt and I actually did this diet for a couple weeks back in the 80s. And I could remember preparing her dinner for when she came home from work, taking a piece of lettuce and lunch meat and cheese and wrapping it up. And that was our dinner. But we didn't do it too long. I mean, she lost a couple pounds. I was never really overweight, but I just could never find what I wanted to just eat all the time.
Mm.
And this is it. Back here, you could see some of the books that I have, like vegan proof is in the plants. I mean, I've done it and I've read it all. So over the summer, I thought, you know what? Let's go back to not a ketogenic diet. So I was watching YouTube videos, watching them, and they just, I don't know, they were adding all this prepared stuff bought in the store, sort of like Medi weight loss, and I just wasn't feeling it. A lot of like stevia, that type of stuff.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to do that. I just wanted it pure, natural. And uncomplicated.
Yeah. Yes.
All that seemed too complicated. So I
You
almost
weren't a
have
fan of counting calories and.
nope. And actually, in this, what the heck did I do with it? I have 50 million books here to show you.
I love it.
There it is. In the Dr. Atkins book, it's crazy. But even back then, this book is published in 1973. One of the lines he wrote right here is calorie counting. The calorie counting approach has failed.
Even in 73, they knew that didn't work.
1973, he wrote that. That's, to me, that's incredible.
That is.
He also wrote, many of today's diseases have predisposing, I'm reading in the dark, factor in, we won't read that line. We are the victim of carbohydrate poisoning.
Ooh, that's very true.
Right there. Back then, 1973, he knew that. So a good line that I also found is we need to unlearn. We need to unlearn what we have been taught over the past 30 or 40 years. It's been drilled into our heads. And I sit and I talk to people about the diet I'm on, and they look at me like I have 10 heads. Oh, fat? What do you mean? You take bites of butter. They just can't believe it.
You got to be from Mars to do that, right?
Right. I was at I went to a Super Bowl party, and somebody said to me, "You eat butter?" They thought I was crazy. I don't know. I brought my own little dish of ground beef. I had, I think, 4 egg yolks in it, and that was my Super Bowl dinner. But, oh well, too bad if nobody likes it, right?
Right. That sounds good to me. Right.
I do. So I transitioned from keto to carnivore, right? Boom, boom. I'm not the type to mess around. I just went right from keto to carnivore on July 1st. And
Did you try any other diets besides keto?
Well, like I said, over the years, I've done vegetarian and vegan and all that. But really, I don't look at it as diets. I look at it as a way of life.
What was it that, like, what made you pivot from those ways of eating?
So probably last spring, I was on vegetarian, and just my intestines just never felt good. They always felt sore. My stomach just always felt sore. Like so much fiber. I don't know. They just always felt sore. Farting, burping. I do none of that now. Now I could sleep in the bed with a guy and I don't fart.
I used to blame it on the dogs. I was like, that's the dogs.
Yeah, right. Here's the dog we could blame it on.
Oh yes. You know, that reminds me. I saw a photo on your Instagram, if you don't mind me showing everybody.
Yeah.
This is her with her 2 dogs. Look how cool this photo is, you guys.
Yeah, I just had that done at Christmas time.
Absolutely love that photo.
Isn't it great?
That's great. And what's that dog's name?
Her name is Tinkerbell.
Tinkerbell. I wouldn't want to mess with Tinkerbell.
She has a sister, Gianna, too. They're both
Gianna and Tinkerbell. I bet you those are great guard dogs and keep everybody back at least 20 feet.
Yeah, absolutely. So let me tell you something about them. So they're on raw, right? And when I first put them on raw, my breeder said, you know, their poops are going to look funny. So when they poop out in the yard, their poops are white. And they almost, after they dry up, they almost like blow away in the wind.
You don't have to pick up dog poop anymore.
Yeah, I still do.
Okay.
But it's much less.
Yes.
And that poop is great. So I sort of compare, say, our poop to their poop, because we have much less poop because our body is absorbing the nutrients from the meat and the butter, and they're in the same book. You know, they're eating raw. Their bodies are absorbing all the nutrients, and what they're pooping out is powder, is white poop.
Have they always been on eating like that, or did you just switch into it? Or
nope, they've always been on it.
Really?
My breeder, where I got them from, she actually sells raw food from her home. And can I give her a little plug, because she's probably going to watch this? She's in New Hampshire, and her dog food company is called Raw Dog Food Express.
Raw Dog Food Express. Let's
Yeah,
go. I love it.
yeah.
Shout out. It's a nice
And
plug there.
she's out of New Hampshire, and the food is great.
If you
Duck
want to send me the link, I can put it in the description of this video.
Okay. Duck heads,
Yeah,
tracheas, use it all.
yeah, head to tail, right?
Absolutely, no waste.
That's awesome. Now,
so I have a little show and tell.
oh yeah, let me see what you got.
Okay.
We love show and tell here on Chatting with Carnivores.
Yeah, so I'm a little bit of a butternut, right? You like that? No pun intended. So I like to try different butters. So this butter is from, from Belgium.
Ooh.
This one is from France, and they both have very large granules of salt in it, where you could really taste the salt. Really, really good butter. I also like to, I do the bone broth.
Ooh.
Right? And I use this goat butter.
Goat butter. That I've never tried.
There's like 2 different brands that I see around. This goat butter is a little gamey tasting, but put a couple chunks into your bone broth. What a combination.
Do you ever take bone broth when you're feeling under the weather?
I haven't felt under the weather.
Let's go. I had a stomach bug the other week. Unfortunately, I was throwing up and stuff a couple weeks ago. But it was really the only time I've done that on Carnivore, and it was a stomach bug. I got it, then my son got it, then my wife got it. So it wasn't a carnivore thing like the keto flu.
Right. What do you think did it?
I don't know. I think it was when I was with Carrie at Walmart trying to find all these people to cook steaks for, and there's so many people we were shaking hands with that day, so I probably just got sick from somebody. So no big deal though. Can't hold the carnivore down. It just can't. So you're a nurse. How does your medical background influence the decisions on your diet? Or does it at all?
Well, I you know what we're told. Vegetables, low fat.
Gotta have fiber.
Gotta
have those nutrients from vegetables and fruits.
Yep. Nope. I hate to say this, but a lot of fellow nurses are really overweight and really eat horribly.
What do they say to you? Can I ask what your coworkers say?
I don't really talk about it too much with them, except with like my 2 best friends at work.
Well, do they ever say like, girl, you're looking good?
Well, no, because I was never really fat or overweight.
Okay.
So what I do now is I bought this little thermos, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I hate my meat reheated in the microwave.
Oh, air fryer. Gotta be air fryer.
No, I mean like when I go to work.
Oh, yeah. They don't have an air fryer there in the lounge?
Oh, gosh, no.
Oh, you're going to have to take one, girl.
All we have is a microwave. So I bring my meat in my thermos and it stays hot.
Where'd you get that thermos?
That's one of those Stanleys.
In case anybody's wondering, did you get that on like Amazon or something?
Yeah.
Stanley, okay. And you recommend that one for hauling around meat?
Yep. Has a nice big wide opening. You could pour it, or I just don't laugh, but I don't eat my meat with a fork. See, this is part of my show and tell. I eat my meat with a spoon so I get fat.
Oh, there you go.
Fat with every mouthful.
There you go. That's a great idea.
I got it all down.
So what do your girlfriends say? You said you got a couple of them you do chat with.
one doesn't eat that well. I try to she listens to me and she listens, I don't know, she listens to what I have to say. I probably drive her crazy, but she's never going to try it, but she'll listen to me and she understands. I'm a little crazy, I guess, like that. I put my head into one thing and it stays there. I don't deviate.
That's how you
Um,
get results.
right. So another thing, of course, we all use.
Oh, and you got the bag. It's better to buy them by the bag, and they've even got
Yeah,
bigger bags to save money than buying them
yeah,
by the bottle.
yep.
It's a great
So I
way to
use
save
the
money on
Redmonds.
salt.
And did you ever see this salt?
What is that? Meldon? Is
Yep,
that how you pronounce it? Meldon?
sea salt flakes,
No,
right?
I've never. Is it shaped differently because it's a flake?
It's just chunkier salt. And it
Hmm.
almost, when you sprinkle it on, say, like your ribeye,
Hmm.
your ribeye,
Oh, you trying to make me hungry?
it almost puts like a coating on it, like a crunchy coating. It's
Really?
really good.
I'm gonna have to pick that up. Yeah, show it one more time. Meldon sea salt flakes. You guys, we're gonna have to pick that up and try that.
Yeah.
Carnivores out there.
There's also this one, but I'm not sure. I think people say that smoked things cause them inflammation. I don't know, but there's also this one.
Smoked sea salt. Okay,
It's really good too.
nice. I know if you have a histamine problem, some of the smoked salts are kind
Right.
of a little irritating, but I don't have a histamine issue.
I don't either.
That's awesome.
So I also want to say, so I like to do liver. I'm not a real big fan of it. That's my brother-in-law calling. I'm not a real
Tell them I'm live.
Yeah, I'm
You're
not a
so you're
real
the liver queen, huh?
well, I'm not a fan of it, but I'll eat it. But I found this meat. Look at what it has in it. It's ground beef,
What
beef
else is?
liver, and beef heart ground right into it,
Wow, that's a nice blend.
right?
And it says the ancestral blend. That's nice. Where'd you
Right.
get that? Walmart or something?
I have a really, really awesome health food store. It's like
Hmm.
a big market, but it's like a health food market. Um, and it's also regenerative.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a health food store by me, and there's literally like a 3 foot frozen, not frozen, but there's a 3 foot section of meat. That's about it. Otherwise, it's
Oh,
just mostly all like fibers, fruits, veggies, because they don't consider meat really healthy. So it's kind of a
right,
shame.
right. Another thing that I like is Trader Joe's.
Oh, yeah, I haven't been to Trader Joe's for a while.
So no, so of course we have to always look for the hidden sugar.
Mm-hmm.
Bacon has a lot of sugar.
It does.
It really does, and it's just hidden everywhere. Um, Here is my 6 pound. Don't laugh. My 6 pound bag of fat.
That's fat.
That is fat. I
Nice. You
get
can
it.
render that down and make a
Yep.
bunch of tallow.
Can I show you?
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's 6 pounds.
Did
Can
you
you
get that at
imagine?
Trader Joe's or the health food?
No, my butcher.
Oh, your butcher. Okay.
He'll put it together for me, and I tell him that I want like the outer parts of the meat because some of that hard grizzle is really like hard to chew. Because I
Mhm.
actually, after I make the tallow, I really fry it down, I guess you'd say, in my Dutch oven into little crispy pieces that are so good to eat.
Ooh,
So a bag like that probably makes about six. Look at that.
six. Wow, that looks great.
Beautiful, beautiful white tallow.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's I try to, And you
You are
know what?
putting out all the tips tonight. Now, you
Yeah,
said you weren't overweight or anything. What
no,
was the reason, or was there a reason, or you just like the food to
I like the food. I'm
Yeah?
sorry. When for breakfast, I'll have a ribeye, and
Mm.
let me tell you, it blows away any bowl of oatmeal,
Yeah. You got that right.
right?
Yeah, bacon and eggs, ribeyes, I'm telling you, that's and, some cheese. It's really all I've been eating lately.
Cheese, yeah, I tried. I don't know. I haven't been doing cheese too much.
Yeah, see, it doesn't keep me from losing any weight, so I just buy I buy, like, the
Yeah.
Colby Jack cheese cubes, and I just
Oh,
pop them
true.
all day, you know?
Yeah. I
They're
find the
so good.
more fat that I eat, the
Mhm.
flatter my stomach is. Isn't that crazy?
Isn't it beautiful? It is awesome. So, now that you just went right into my next question,
Yeah.
what are some health benefits, or if anything, have you experienced, being on your diet?
Um, so I wear a CGM, the continuous glucose monitor, because I'm a little obsessive. I also have a serum ketone checker, checks
Wow,
your blood ketones. My last one was, let me see, 2.4. I just did that about a half hour ago.
interesting. And what are the numbers? Like, do you know, like, what's a good number, what's a
Um,
bad number?
so 0.5 to 3, they say is what you're in fat burning.
Okay.
So 2.4 is pretty good.
You're in
Um,
ketosis.
I'm in ketosis, right? Um, and then I also that at the moment I did that, I did my blood sugar, and it was 76. And what I like to see, so I have a range of my
Mhm.
blood sugar. I like to
Doesn't
keep
really
it
spike,
within
I can see.
no spikes,
Wow,
no spikes.
that's amazing.
Yeah, I like it when that line is straight across. That's no
Yeah,
spikes.
that's awesome.
Yep. Another thing is I just recently bought Dr. Barry's book, The Lab, Common Sense Labs.
Common Sense Labs, you guys
Oh,
pick it up.
excellent.
Yeah, you like
Even
it?
though I know a lot, but this threw in some things that I didn't know, which was
Here's a question
awesome.
for you that someone has here. No
Yeah.
Insanity Renee. Whoops, sorry, I gotta pop that back up. I double
Hope I
clicked
could
it.
answer it.
Just waiting for it to pop up. It's got like a delay tonight. There we go. What are you when ketones are between 5 and 6?
I don't know. I've never been there.
So it's just maybe slightly
More.
out of ketosis, maybe, or is
I
there a
don't know.
number when you're not in ketosis anymore, like a 10 or something?
I read that you really shouldn't go too much over 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
I don't.
um, you're walking the line, like Johnny Cash there, Renee.
Yeah, walking the line.
Yeah,
Yeah. I never have gone up that high, so if I did, I'd be researching it,
interesting.
you
That's a great
know.
question. Yeah, that's a great question. Love it. Let's just shout out a couple people here. Thanks for joining, Rhonda. Appreciate it. Everybody, if you could put a Q in front of your question for Karen, that would be awesome. Hi, Karen Harrington. How you doing? My metamorphosis. Hi, she says hi everyone. How you doing? Hopefully, I'm getting this right here. Cordelia. Good evening from Albany, New York. Good evening.
I've seen her on we're
Have you?
friends on Instagram, yeah.
My metamorphosis says that's a great picture. Yeah, with you with your dogs. That was a great
Oh,
photo.
thanks.
What was that for? It was like a holiday photo?
Actually, I got this message on Facebook that said, and I usually don't fall for this. How would you like to have a free photo done in our studio, right?
Hmm,
So I thought, oh, this is probably like a scam. So I looked up the company, the Better Business Bureau, and they had like an A. So I'm like, okay,
really?
I'll call them. I'll call them, right? So I go down there. It's in Greenwich, Connecticut, which is a very wealthy town. And I'm like, oh my God, the picture's going to cost a fortune. But you get an 11 by 14 picture done
Mhm.
for free.
This is
For
what she's
one.
talking about. If you guys are new to the stream, didn't tune in earlier, it's the photo we're talking about.
So after they do your photo, they take you into a room and show you, well, if you get this size, it'll cost 2,000. If you get this size, it'll cost 6,000. And I said to the girl, you know what? I'll just take my free photo, which was a beautiful one about this size. And I walked out. It took about 3 months for them to do it because it's they paint over the photo and make it look like a
Wow.
painting almost.
They give you like one of those ones you put above the fireplace.
So I asked the girl, I said there were huge ones, and I said, how much would a picture like that cost? She said 10 grand.
Wow.
Yeah. So some of these pictures were
For
just
one photo, wow.
they were fantastic.
I think
Yeah.
we got to switch businesses here.
So do you see my point? That picture was free.
That's awesome.
Free.
I love it.
It's great. I have it sitting up there on my shelf over there. It's beautiful. I'm sorry I have this snowflake above my head.
No, you're okay. You're all good. I've been seeing snowflakes all last night. So, Wicked Stitches, how you doing? Let's see, Sandra, how you doing? Carnivorous dude, how you doing? I'm looking for some cues here, you guys. If you guys got any questions for Karen, just go through this quick. Carnivorous dude, what do you got to say here? I cut my liver when it's frozen so I can just use like 2 ounces at a time. Nice. Do you like eating the liver? Like, how do you cook your liver, Karen?
I just fry it in the frying pan.
Bunch of salt?
And then just.
I would probably like to grind it in the meat grinder with some ground beef, like maybe mix a little bit in there for some burgers.
Yeah, like that one that I showed you. Oh, I forgot one thing. Shame on me.
What you got?
I got one more thing. Guess what that is?
Is that pig lard?
No, that's the ice cream that Dr. Kiltz makes.
Oh, I did see you making that. You got the little machine, right?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yep, I got that for
Carnivore
Christmas.
ice cream.
I made it twice.
Interesting. Do you add any sugar to yours?
No sugar.
Good.
This is 2 16-ounce containers of heavy cream.
It's basically like eggnog, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Like frozen eggnog, pretty much.
Sure. You can add they have the vanilla bean after you scrape the seeds, off of it.
Mm-hmm.
You can sprinkle some of that in. I don't do that. This is just the cream, 5 egg yolks, and a pinch of salt.
I love putting the Redmond's real salt in the ice cream. It tastes so good.
Yeah.
I know you said that you like something cold every once in a while. You don't like cold meat. The only cold meat I like is my bacon out of the fridge.
Yeah.
I be watching. I watch.
You do.
I do. Mary says that's the brand of salt is the kind that Dr. Baker uses. Okay. Yeah. Which one? I wonder which one that is.
He uses.
Oh, Redmond's. Yeah. Redmond's. I got to try that flaky stuff. Oh, it sounds good.
You're going to love it. If you can't find it, I'll send it to you.
Yeah, I'm interested in that.
So what else was I going to say?
Now, and we said do you have a YouTube channel?
No.
Just because everybody will probably eventually ask me in the stream here. We connected through Instagram, so she does not have a YouTube channel.
But I'm thinking about it. I'm a little shy speaking in front of the camera.
Hey, I mean, you already made the ice cream video. That could be one of your first videos on your channel. Like you're already technically doing it. There
you go.
You just got to switch platforms. That's all. So, do you get a lot of criticism for your diet?
My mother, She's 88. My father's 91. During Christmas, they were up from Florida, and I wake up super early in the morning, and so does my father. So we were talking one morning, and I was telling him, of Carrie's videos, Homestead How, and how they're making a movie, and he's like, "Wow, that's really something else." He said, I said, they're saying that the fat is good, the meat is good. He said, "I always knew that." 91 years old. He said, "I always knew that. I
That's
knew
awesome.
they were wrong.
My
I
gramps
knew."
is going to be 94 this July, and he's on Ketovore.
Is he?
Yep, and
And
he loves, and he used to a couple years ago before he started he started carnivore, then went to ketovore. But he had a very big belly, and his
wow.
belly is it's not really there anymore. So he's looking good, he's feeling good, and
Does
he's
he
going to
have
be
more energy?
94. Yes, he does.
Yeah.
He's just trying to see if eating meat will help his vision at all, because that's the only thing that hasn't really been improved for him. And I feel kind of bad,
Yeah.
it sucks to start losing your vision and you start feeling healthy everywhere else except for you can't see shit.
Yeah.
So it's kind of frustrating, but I told him stick it in there, keep eating meat, do your best.
Yeah. It's frustrating with everything. Like just watching. So Kerry said that he had gone on that cruise this past summer,
Mm-hmm.
and he pretty much didn't cheat. It was just the oils that he thought that the bacon was done in. I think
Mm-hmm.
that's what he said. But he said looking around, people just filling their faces like at the buffets and everything at these cruises have, they're going to go home and just feel like crap.
Mm-hmm.
When if we stick with our carnivore, we're going to go home and we're going to feel just as good. We're going to feel just like we went on the cruise ship.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't want to deal with that feeling yucky out or feeling guilty after eating like a giant Thanksgiving dinner. I had 2 turkey wings on Thanksgiving because everybody knows I like the turkey wings. I don't know why. Everybody's plate was loaded, and they're all going afterwards. Oh, I didn't feel like that, right?
So you survived the holidays.
I did not cheat. I have not cheated since July 1st, not in any way, shape, or form.
Wow.
I just
See,
have
and that's why I
really,
put strict carnivore in the title.
yeah, I have really, really good willpower.
That's
I
awesome.
do see a naturopath doctor, and she recommended I throw in sardines a couple times a week. This person, Carnivorous dude, is asking.
So have you done that?
Um, I saw her last week, and she said start throwing a little bit of sardines or some kind of fish into your diet. So I've eaten 2 cans of sardines. Ugh.
Ugh, I give you credit. I look at them. I'm like, you know what? I'm just not that carnivore courageous yet. I'm really not. Even for the liver yet. I'm working up there, but right now I just eat about 4 things on my diet. I'm pretty picky, I guess.
I'm picky too, but if she says, you might need a little bit of omegas, even though you get it from the egg yolks. I don't eat egg whites.
Yeah, I only eat the egg whites if I scramble the eggs, but
Yeah,
otherwise, if they're separated, I cannot do it. I
yeah.
cannot do it. When I made carnivore ice cream, you separate the yolks from the whites, right? And I said, well, what could I do? I said, I'll cook up the whites for my dogs. It stunk so bad. The smell of cooking just egg whites made me like sick to my
Really?
stomach. It was horrible. Like that smell
But
of egg
just
whites.
scrambling them?
Uh, there was just the whites.
Right. So you
So
just
yeah,
scramble
whether you scramble them or not, either way, it smells
them.
horrible without the yolk in there. It's totally different. Like when I make regular scrambled eggs, it smells good, tastes good. But like when it's just separated, oh my gosh, it
Mhm.
stunk up the whole house smelled like a toilet. And I was like, I told my wife, I was like, we are never doing that again. Next time we make carnivore ice cream, I'm just dumping the egg whites down
Yeah,
the toilet.
yeah. I
And I
just
fed
throw them
them
in
to
the
the
garbage.
dogs, and the dogs' farts smelled just like the eggs. I was like, "This is horrible." So, oh yeah, it was something else here. Booby Goats, how you doing? Just trying to make sure everybody's included here. Carnivorous dude, thanks for joining. I appreciate that. I've been putting out a lot of members only content, so you guys won't be disappointed. Yeah, hit the thumbs up for Karen because this is her story, you guys, and we want this to get out to people. And um, do do you think it's important, or do you think it's not important? Would you suggest people be a strict carnivore, or do you think they could be successful? You
I think
know,
they could be successful. I'm just to the extreme.
yeah,
I mean, a cheat here and there. I'm not the type that could have those tempting things. I can't do just like at Christmas. My niece happened to make my favorite cookie, and she's going, "I made this just for you." And I said, "I can't do it, Danielle. I'm sorry. I just can't do it because then that might lead to another one and another one,
yeah,
and then I'll be disgusted with myself after all the hard work." I get the
absolutely.
question a lot though. Is the carnivore diet expensive? I look at it as, and I think I've heard this a million times on the YouTube channels. It's not that expensive. You're not buying bread. You're not buying orange juice. You're not buying those ultra expensive boxes of sugar cereal. Not that I did, but you're not buying oatmeal and vegetables and fruit. You're buying meat, meat and butter and heavy cream and fat. That's it. It
Even the
doesn't.
bags of Doritos, like they're like 8, 9, 10 bucks, and then it's
Yes,
like it's 80% of the bag is air when you open it up. I'm like,
yes. So I mean,
it's not worth it.
it's not worth it, and it's really not that expensive. Oh, I wanted to say I heard one of your videos. See, I listened to you too.
Oh
We
yeah,
both
what did I
have,
say? Uh-oh, I gotta be careful.
yeah, you got to watch, right? We both have the same. Oh God, I can't stand this. You and I have the same phobia. It's
Oh,
called tri.
yeah, the tiny holes.
Ah, tri. Ah,
Yes, that
ah,
right there. Yes, that is what I have a phobia of. And it first
ah.
started when my mom watches like these ER shows, like, and this girl, maybe it's too much info. Maybe I shouldn't share it,
No,
but
go ahead.
yeah, well, she shared her bra with her friend, and she ended up getting worms in her boobs. And they showed her boobs, and they had like all these holes with worms in them. I was like,
I
I
saw
just
that
as a
one.
kid, my skin started crawling. I was like, oh my gosh, ah. Oh,
I think that was the first one I ever saw.
was it? Yeah, it was
Yeah,
years ago, and
yeah.
it was horrible. I'm
Like
still
I
trying
don't
to
know, like
unsee it.
even like bugs' eggs all next to
Yes,
each other.
and when I
Mm,
see have you ever seen tripe? It's the lining of a stomach's the
yeah,
cow's
no, I
stomach
never saw
lining. It looks
it. Ugh.
like it's got a bunch of dots in it, so I cannot handle tripe. If you guys look it up, tripe, it's just. Have you ever had sweetbread?
Now, what is that?
It's not sweet and it's not bread. It's from the pancreas of the
Yes,
cow.
yes, yes. No, I've never had it.
Okay, yeah, I just wanted to see how hardcore you were.
Yeah, no. I might try it. I'm not afraid. I've had beef tongue.
Yeah, did you like it?
Yes, it's
Really?
excellent. It's excellent.
Did you eat it by itself?
Um,
Or did you mix it with something?
a chef actually made it for me, and she just made it like with this was years ago with potatoes and a vegetable,
Oh,
but
I
it
got
was
you.
like real. It was stringy. It was really good. Really,
Really?
really flavorful.
I know a lot of carnivores said when they were younger that their family would eat the cow brain. Have you ever tried that?
No, I don't
No.
think I could do that.
Yeah, I don't know. I just not that courageous. Yeah, I actually eat 5 things. I eat chicken, ribeyes, hamburgers, bacon, and eggs. That's literally all I eat on my
Yeah,
carnivore diet, and
yeah.
I'm happy. I love
Yes,
those things. Like I'm obsessed
yes.
with those 5 things. I just love it.
But you know what? I found that with wearing the CGM on my arm, I found that, and I've read this before, and I saw it on a couple YouTube videos, that chicken and turkey may spike your sugar, and it does. So I
Really?
don't eat it because I
Yeah,
like that
I
straight
do.
line.
I actually got Rick on here, the 40-year carnivore, his comment about sardines. I got my chicken recipe from Rick. You just take like chicken thighs or legs with, and I look for chicken that's got like a lot of thick skin on it.
Yeah.
That way when I fry it in the beef tallow, it's gonna be
Yep.
real crunchy. So like I
Right.
love the fried chicken. I don't know. I just love it. Here's a question for you, Karen.
How
How
many
many
snacks?
snacks are you having a day?
I eat 2 meals a day. Nothing
Two
in
meals a day?
between. Nothing in between. Yeah.
When do you eat, like in the morning, then at dinner, or do you eat a
So
lunch?
I do a short time span. I do about 6 hours.
Okay, 6 hours
Maybe
apart.
I eat breakfast at 9 and I'll eat later at 3 and then that's it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So,
With a little bit of fasting.
well, since we're on, like, how many times a day, could you walk us through, like, what do you typically eat in a week?
So if I thaw, so tomorrow I have, I'm thawing out these ribeyes. These are grass-fed,
Mm.
grass-finished ribeyes. I got a great deal on them. Um, I'll probably eat one for breakfast and one later on in the day. That's like
Love
one
it.
day. The next day, ugh, uh, eggs for breakfast and maybe some bacon. I want to do that Carrie's bowl there that he does with
Power
the
bowl, power bowl, power bowl, he
power
says.
bowl with the eggs, the ground beef, bacon chips. I just saw Dr. Berry make bacon chips the other day.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's
I'm gonna do.
basically just tiny pieces of bacon, like cut in
Yeah,
half. Like my
see,
kid loves bacon chips.
boy, I'm so stupid. I just never thought of cutting it prior to putting it in the pan.
Yeah, I just take the whole thing and cut it in half and then throw all the pieces in there and
Yes, duh.
yeah. Now, do you like your bacon crispy or floppy or
Crispy,
flispy?
crispy.
Okay, crispy. Yeah, I like it flispy, a little floppy, a little crispy, like right in the middle. We've been calling it flispy.
So that's the new word.
Yeah, well, we just came up with it last Friday on Raise the Stakes. Me and Carrie, we were like going back and forth about floppy and crispy, and people were like flispy, flispy. I was like, ooh, flispy bacon. It sounds makes my mouth water. Now, one other question about bacon. I'm obsessed with bacon. Are you one of those people who lays the bacon pieces flat and then puts them down flat on the other side, or you just throw it all in and just move it around until it's all
Throw it
cooked?
all in and move it around.
That's what I do too. It drives my wife nuts, but she likes to lay them down flat so they get. I don't
I
know. It's
used
just
to. I
yeah.
used to lay them flat, but I said, why?
It's too much dang work.
Yeah,
Just
it's too much work.
move it around in there. Here's a question for you, Karen. Carnivorous dude. Do you ever drink alcohol?
I have never drinking alcohol in my life.
Really? Wow. I've drinking way too much in my that's what got me on carnivore. I was drinking about 15, 17 beers in a sitting.
Oh boy.
I could put them back. It was bad. And then I was smoking on top of that.
Oh
And
boy.
then eating junk. So I felt like crap. So I'm glad I don't drink anymore. I don't smoke anymore. I don't eat junk. I'm not bragging. It's just I feel good. It took me a while to work on myself. I was a real piece of work.
I forgot to say this. One of the other reasons why I was starting to look back into keto and carnivore is, I'm not embarrassed to say, but like my mother and my sister both have high blood pressure.
Hmm.
And I noticed my blood pressure going up. And I thought, gee, I eat good. Why is my blood pressure going up? I do not want to be on blood pressure medication the rest of my life.
You got rowdy neighbors? They pissing you off?
Oh, I do have one. I call her Witchy Poo.
Oh no, maybe that could be a high blood pressure trigger there.
Yeah. Um, But my blood pressure, I noticed, was like going into the like 140s over 90s. And I'm like, no way, no way. And if I would go to the doctor and they would take it and it was that high, I'm like, oh, no, 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 no. It's usually not that high. When I take it at home, it's normal. Because I'm like, no, I have to do something about this.
Pull out the app and show her. So like, see.
Right. So I would say a month, probably about a month and a half into carnivore. We like to take our blood pressures at work to each other. We're all doing our blood
Is that one of the
pressures.
things nurses do?
Yeah, in the middle of the night because I work at night. 104 over 65.
See, now I don't know what's good and what's bad. You're gonna have
That's
to.
that's awesome.
Okay.
So then I take it the next night. I don't know, 110 over 60. And I'm like, no way. This diet, look at what this diet did to my blood pressure. And it's been within that range ever since.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yep.
Carnivorous dude likes his bacon flispy. Okay, that's cool.
Whiskey.
Flispy, we like that. I can't. Cordila. Hopefully, I'm saying that right. Cordila. How would you say that?
Cordella.
Cordella. Hopefully, we're saying that right.
Delia.
Love the Raise the Stakes theme song. Thank you. Carrie made that on like an AI software where you type in the words and then it sings it for you and stuff. Like, so he's hilarious, dude.
That AI.
We're like peanut butter and jelly, that dude, I'm telling you, or like bacon and ribeye or something, whatever you want to, bacon and eggs, I guess you could say. Another floppy. Okay, yeah, it is a little fattier. It does. You get more of the stuff. You don't want to cook it too dry, but whatever way you like it, flispy.
But I use the fat anyway, so it's.
Let's see here. She says, "Oh, here. Well, I didn't mean to skip you, Jay. I like my bacon crisp. You like it crisp too, right, Karen?"
Yep.
But like any self-respecting Southerner, I save all that grease for my eggs. There you go. Let's go. We just got a little bacon grease thing with like, it's got a little metal strainer on it. So when you pour it in there, and then it like gets rid of all those little bits, and then it just looks like it's like perfectly professional.
Oh, but I like those bits left in it. Like Dr. Barry says, he doesn't even strain his. Neither do I.
You must have watched that bacon chips video of his.
I just did. Just a couple nights ago.
I was gonna say I watched that one too, and he was talking about that. I like how he said Nisha. He said no matter where she is, she a pop of bacon and the grease finds her arm or something. I was laughing. I was like, dude, this dude's funny. And Carrie actually just filmed with him, so
I know. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, he says my blood pressure is low, 107 over 70.
Yep. It's the best.
Yeah, it is though. Jar of bacon grease. Yeah, you got it. I've got 2 jars of bacon grease now. I've got so much, and I use it all the time. And I'm actually doing a video on what you could do with the bacon grease, like make a bacon grease candle. You can use it for lotion, hand lotion. You just don't want to throw the stuff out. It is too good to throw out.
So my question is, I've been seeing a lot of new tallow lotions and all that. So you could put your clothes on over it. It doesn't get like on your clothes. Does it absorb that well into your?
Yeah, it does. I use tallow lotion, and then I've been using bacon grease too, especially in the winter with the heater on all the time. It just dries you out. This has been, my hands have like, usually I get like real dry on the knuckles. You can start to see the dryness, and I put the bacon grease on there, and I'm telling you, I don't.
Then how do you function? How do you touch things?
Oh, it soaks right in. You just keep rubbing it in, and if your hands still feel a little, you just rub it a little bit lower, higher up on your arm then until you're good. But otherwise, totally I don't get butter fingers, I guess you would say. Wicked Stitches, thanks for joining. I appreciate that. We're going to be doing some members only live streams. Maybe I'll have Karen join me for one of those. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
That would be awesome. Yeah, we got a lot of bacon lovers here. That's great. What's your favorite thing to eat on your carnivore diet, Karen?
I would say the ribeye. Ribeye, and I put salt, and I put almost. I found that I like this combination, so I'll cut off a piece, and I do it blue rare.
Really?
Yes, as rare as possible.
So I never heard of that term, blue rare. What does that mean?
So I learned it from Steak and Butter Gal.
Okay.
So
Well,
I
she
thought,
should know something. She went to Harvard.
uh, what? I'm sorry.
I said she should know something. She went to Harvard.
Yeah, she should, right?
Maybe she got it from there. Who knows?
Who knows? So, what was I going to say? I
I'm
lost my
sorry.
train of thought.
I'm sorry. Jay says he likes his bits in there too. He says they add flavor. All right, you guys. Maybe I'll have to try
Oh,
one of my things with the bits in there.
the blue rare, JT.
Oh
That's what
yeah, the blue rare. Man, are we bad? I tell you.
Yeah, we're bad. Maybe that carnivore diet doesn't help them.
Oh man. So yeah, I never heard of that term until tonight, until you said it.
So yeah, so I learned it from her. So then I went to this really fancy restaurant in this really nice town in Connecticut, and I said to the waiter, "Can I have mine blue rare?" He goes, "Oh, Pittsburgh." I want to say this right, Pittsburgh blue rare. I don't want to say Philadelphia. Pittsburgh blue rare, he said. I said, "Oh, that's where it's from." He says, "That's where it's from." He said, "That's where they get the name from."
Really?
Um, he said, "It's basic." I said, "But doesn't the meat have to be like a certain temperature on the inside?" He said, "The only meat that has to be a certain temperature on the inside is ground beef," which I
Wow.
didn't know.
Hmm.
So all they do is sear the outside, and the inside is almost like blue, purpley, red, and
Wow.
that steak was awesome.
Yeah, you are
So what
making
I
me
like
so
to
hungry
do is
tonight.
I like to take a piece of the steak and I take a piece of ice cold butter, and with each bite of steak, I like butter.
Wow. So you mean like from the fridge or you actually like bust it out of the freezer like ice cold?
No, from the fridge. You got to be
From
able
the
to
fridge.
tell it.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, that's I know Carrie was saying too, he likes it not melted. It's still a little bit cool so like it
Yeah,
stays together for like a little
right.
creamy. Mm,
Yep. So with each bite, that's what I like to do. I don't know. I'm learning these things as I go along, plus watching all these YouTube videos.
absolutely. Yeah. So do you use any of the beef tallow for lotion or not yet?
No,
You
I'm
should try.
I've been afraid of what, like, if it stays on my clothes or
Yeah, no, nope, you're all good. And I would put it on right after a shower when your pores are open
yeah,
and it's
right,
soaking even faster. And
right.
if you feel like you got any left on you, just rub it off with the towel and get dressed. You should be all
Yeah.
good. But I just you be careful with using bacon and tallow. If you're going hiking in the woods, definitely don't use that for lotion that day.
Somebody smells good.
Yeah, don't treat your boots with the bacon grease. You know what I'm saying? Not if you're going hiking. Just a carnivore tip out there. How do you get the meat smell out from the tallow? I don't know. I've never
Let me
really
smell it.
noticed a meat smell.
I've never noticed. Very slightly, just
Hmm.
very slightly.
I can still smell the bacon meat smell with my bacon grease. Even once it's out of the fridge, I can smell that a little bit. But with the beef tallow, it's a little less smelly, I guess you could say. I get mine from the local beef farmer. She makes up my tallow for me. Plus, Grace lifts and eats meat. She's got a little Etsy store. I was going to buy my next batch of
Oh, nice.
tallow lotion from her and support her a little bit.
Oh, sure. Mark that name. I'd love to try it.
Yep, yep. Uh, Rick, 40-year carnivore. I put lard and tallow on my skin and hair. Yeah, Rick has no gray hair. He has no
Really?
gray hair. So he
How old is Rick?
yeah, Rick, let us know if you don't mind. Let us know in the comments how old are you, Rick? Or how young are you, I should
How
say, because
young? If he
yeah,
doesn't
because
have gray hair, how
he's
young?
yeah, he's on carnivore. Smelling like meat is an advantage, in my opinion. Hey, there you go. Especially you get around the right ladies, right, Rick?
Another carnivore.
Yeah, yeah. She's like, ooh, man, he knows how to eat.
Yeah,
Blue rare is like black and blue.
right.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I'd never. Have you guys heard of that term? Maybe I know. I know I'm wet behind the ears. See, and I've never embarrassed when I don't know something. I don't try to act like I do. I just go right for it. I'm like, what are you talking about? Explain it, because then I know, and
Exactly.
I love learning. I'm telling you, because and I have, when I started the carnivore diet, can you relate? Like, have you learned more than you ever thought you could
Yep.
about meat? I mean, I thought
Yep.
I knew meat is meat, but I was learning about like tallow and I mean just all this stuff like I never knew before. It's amazing. Rick, yes, maybe that's why the ducks swarm to Rick. If you don't know, Rick's got a fascination with ducks and iguanas.
I have 2 ducks out in my backyard.
What kind of ducks?
Oh, just normal ducks.
Well, he's got the Muscovy ducks, I think he says, Rick. Oh yeah, you can. Okay, you have a friend who makes soap with lard, Carrie. Best soap I've ever used. Nice. I haven't tried that yet. I did use goat's milk soap though. My wife's grandmother buys us
I've had that.
goat's milk soap by the pound. I have enough soap to
Nice.
last me. I can have a clean ass the next 10 years, and I don't have to buy soap. So it's amazing.
Yep, I love goat's milk soap. Yep.
That's what I was telling Carrie. He bought male goats for Homestead How. He bought male goats. You can't make nothing with them. They're just like
Right.
stewing on the grass and getting pet by the kids. That's pretty much all they're good for.
He needs to get some milk and goats so he could make some goat butter.
Goat butter. There you go. Put the Homestead How brand on it. He said, I'll be 56 this summer. Wow, 56 years young, dude. Good for you, man. And no gray hair. Killing it, man. Absolutely. Now, who's your who do you go for your carnivore information? I know you mentioned Dr. Berry, so
all of them.
yeah.
Chafee, Baker, Paul Mason, you, Carrie, gosh, who? Dr. Kiltz. I watch his 5 a.m. show.
Oh, yep. The
Yeah.
fireside chats.
Yeah, he's down in Australia now. I guess he's meeting up with Dr. Chafee.
That's awesome.
Oh, does she like Blue Rare, Dr. Berry's wife, Nisha?
It's pretty popular, I guess.
See, now you know something. You've learned something.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I love talking. And, my coach taught me there's something to learn from everybody, even if it's something you wouldn't never do, but there's something to learn from everybody. And that's why I love coming on here. I love this podcast. I love chatting with carnivores. Like, I'm just obsessed with making my channel include you guys, because I learn. That's how I learn and grow. And I can only do it if I talk to you guys and get to know you guys,
Do you know how nervous I was to come on here?
Oh, come on. You don't seem nervous at all.
Please. My 2 best friends, I was sending them throw up emojis.
No. Hopefully, is it going fun so far for you?
Yeah, it's great.
Good. I try to make everybody, and if you get nervous, just put it all on me.
No, I'm good.
I'll take it. Question here for you, Karen. Do you eat goat and sheep cheese? Well, you don't eat much cheese, you said, right?
I don't eat any cheese.
No, none at all, huh?
Nope.
No, you are a strict little carnivore, aren't you?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Probably the only bad thing I really do is like the heavy cream, and that's not even bad. But that's with my ice cream.
Yeah.
Which I've only made twice since Christmas, so it's not like that's even a lot.
Yeah. Didn't you say you made the ice cream? You got a little machine, right?
For Christmas.
What is that machine called?
It's
if you don't know, that's okay.
Ice cream maker.
Oh. I love that.
I don't know what brand it is. My sister bought it for me for Christmas.
I used to I like the days when they would just name something what it was. Like now they got fancy names for everything, but you're like, it's an ice cream maker. That's what it does. It's an iron. This iron's clothes, all right?
It's an iron. It's a blender.
Don't overthink it, right?
It's a mixer.
Here's a question for you. Did you know goat and sheep cheese has medium chain triglycerides that help mitochondria? No, I didn't know that. I was learning about tallow. Tallow helps burn visceral belly fat. So if you guys have some stubborn visceral body fat, throw more tallow into your diet, and that's going to help you just melt that stuff away. Like you were saying, the more fat you eat, the flatter your stomach
Yeah,
gets.
it's crazy.
What is your favorite thing about the carnivore diet?
Um, probably, probably always feeling comfortable, like nothing ever hurts anymore. Like I was getting pain in my right knee, that doesn't hurt anymore. Just knowing that my blood pressure's down, just I don't know, not having that intestinal pain that I felt I had when I was eating so much healthy fiber.
Yeah, I had
You know,
IBS. It was terrible. My gut. It wasn't my stomach. It was my guts, and it always felt like crap from what I was eating.
always hurt, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
you don't understand how good it feels to not feel your gut. Question: Are you a RN or NP? What's the difference? Can you explain that? Registered nurse, or what's an
nurse
NP?
practitioner. Nurse practitioner.
Oh, nurse. Okay. See, I'm
So
learning also.
yes, I'm an RN for almost 33 years.
Wow, that's amazing. What made you want to get into nursing?
I didn't know what I wanted to do when I turned 26. I said I got to think of something. It was a well-paying job, and thought, you know what? It was a to start. It was a diploma program, so it was only 2 years,
And
and
now you're in.
in like Flynn, yeah.
Man, they're shoving the questions here. I love it. You guys keep them going. Oh, do you still got time? We're at an hour. I want to respect your time.
Absolutely.
Do you got to run?
I'm good. No.
Okay. Carnivorous dude question. Did you know the secret to the blue zones is the crazy amounts of goat and sheep dairy they consume, not the veggies? Interesting. I have not seen the blue zones yet on, I think that's Netflix, right? That's where
Yeah.
it's on. Hopefully we can get Healing Humanity on there. You guys, appreciate you guys, and I'm gonna have the links in the description if you guys want to buy your Healing Humanity hoodies or just donate to the movie. But we can get this on Netflix and we can make a big splash ourselves. Karen, you should do a channel. I know she should. She
I
really should.
thank you.
But if you guys, it's the
Thanks a
Carnivorous
lot,
Nurse
man.
on Instagram, right?
The carnivorous nurse, yes.
Or is it just Carnivorous Nurse? I gotta check.
No, carnivorous nurse.
Okay.
One word.
And you guys check that out because she does put up some videos and she puts up cool photos and she does her thing on Instagram, and hopefully we can get her on YouTube as well because you're already making the content. You might as well just throw it on another app.
Yeah. I just never thought about it. I mean, this is all new to me, you
Yeah,
know.
well, if you do, make it the Carnivorous Nurse so we can find you, and then I'll if you do, and I'll put this out there, you guys. If she does message me and say, "Hey, I decided to take the leap," I will share it with you guys. But until then, you guys are gonna have to hit her up on Instagram. Yes, we need a carnivorous nurse. Yeah, when I have to hit the hospital one day, I hope my nurse is carnivorous. That would be
Yeah,
nice.
right.
Sneak me in some ribeyes instead of the junk that they got in the
Oh,
hospital.
the what they put on these people's trays.
It's terrible. It's like they want you to stay there,
Unbelievable.
right?
Unbelievable.
Carnivorous dude, I bought like $150 in Healing Humanity swag. Nice, yes, I'm telling you, and it goes to such a great cause, and you get to already start talking about the movie, and then when it hits, people are gonna be like, "Dang, dude told me about that months ago." Like, yeah, because it was
My
gonna be a banger.
my question to the carnivorous dude is has anybody said anything about your shirt? Did they wonder what it was about?
Interesting. I haven't had anybody on mine personally because we wear this when we're knocking on doors and stuff.
Yeah.
I suppose they think we're probably from some like Meals on Wheels or something when they see the Healing Humanity and we want to cook them steaks. But I haven't set another one up, but I just got to talk with Carrie. We'll probably set it up tomorrow morning before Raise the Steaks. We'll see. But before we wrap things up, because this has been a lot of fun and I've learned quite a bit. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, from the flaky salt to what is it, nurse practitioner to the and
Blue
what's
rare.
the blue rare. I'm telling you, I learned so much tonight. I absolutely love it. But one thing I like to do is ask people, my guest, what's on your heart, what's on your mind. It could be anything. What would you like to leave the audience with tonight?
Um try to convince your friends and relatives gently about this diet, about at least maybe doing a 30-day, try. I don't know, just get more people to try it. I think people are afraid. That's there's so much proof, so many tests being done. Nick Norowitz, oh, he's my favorite new guy. Do you watch him?
No, no, tell us
Oh,
about him.
he's I think he's got one more year of Harvard for to become a medical doctor. He's the one that's doing the Oreo with the statin.
Okay.
You didn't
Yeah.
watch that?
Oh, I know Chafee talks a lot about how Oreos are
The
better than
LMHR,
statins.
the lean mass hyper responders. They're doing that big study with Dave Feldman. Oh, such interesting stuff.
Well, see, and that's why we would like you on YouTube. You could start teaching us on what you've been finding
Oh,
out and putting us onto that stuff. I haven't heard about that until you mentioned it.
oh, you should check that out. It's unbelievable.
What's his name again? One more time.
Nick Norowitz
Nick Norowitz. Okay,
and then Dave Feldman.
Dave Feldman.
Yeah, they're doing that big lean mass hyper responder study, and they came out with a bunch of
That's what Rick says. Lean mass hyper responder. I thought that was just your nickname, Rick. Oh, Ricky, I love Rick. He's my guy. I love him. So this has been fun. Would you come back on sometime in the future and hang out with us
with
again?
more different types of.
Yeah, I
I
love
gotta
it.
get this stuff back in the refrigerator.
I might do the show and tell more often on this because I don't see anybody doing show and tell on their podcast.
I thought, you know what? I have to do something different.
Oh, you thought that was funny, Rick? Good. I'm glad I could make you laugh tonight. Okay, everybody like that. Yeah, I thought that was Rick's nickname. But you know what? This has been a blast. I learned a lot tonight, and I appreciate you coming on here, even though you were nervous. I don't think you had anything nervous about because this time flies when you're having fun. It
It
really
sure
does.
did fly. Wow.
Yeah, and if you have any links that you want to send me, I can put them in the description. Otherwise, this has been a blast.
Yeah.
Thanks for everybody who is tuning in and commenting, and especially everybody who joined the members. Helps keep the channel going, and I can, you guys join as a membership. I can keep interviewing more wonderful people like Karen and help share these stories. I think it's just so important, and there's something to learn from everybody. And I would appreciate it if you guys hit the like button because there's value in Karen and there's value in her story. And rewatch this. And if there might have been something, if you tuned in late, get the whole thing you want to learn. And I appreciate you teaching me.
I have a whole bunch more to talk about with lab values.
Yes, that's Dr. Barry's book, What was it again? Lab Values?
But I'm saying
Common Sense Labs.
values,
Okay.
my lab values since being on Carnivore.
Yes, absolutely. I would love to go through it. So we will set that up, you guys. But that's it for this episode. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you, Karen. I'm looking forward to having you on here again.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for putting up with me.
Oh, no, you did great. Thank you and goodbye, guys.
Thanks. Bye
We'll
bye.